Coming to the stage, your next comedian. She has been performed in clubs from New York to LA. She's originally from St. Petersburg, so ladies and gentlemen, she's a comedian and she's also a librarian, so let's welcome her back to St. Petersburg. Guys, give it up for Meredith Myers.
Awesome. How you doing tonight, everybody? Let me move this down a little bit so you can hear me. Yeah. Wow. I am so happy to be here at Coconuts. When I walked up here just now, I realized this for the Comedy Fest. That's actually what I look like on the beach. Seriously. I was like, wow, that chair is about as pale as I am. As she said, I went to high school here, and I didn't plan to say this, but I'm going to. And people actually wrote in my yearbook, P.S., the beach is free. I just remembered that. I'm like, wow, now I know why I left. My feelings were hurt. No, it's great to be here at Coconuts on the Ladies of the Night show, because that's the night it is. Did you guys realize, Ladies of the Night? At first, I wasn't sure what I was booked for. I'm so glad to know that I'm just doing jokes tonight. Because this could have been the whole other show, folks, whole other show. What's crazy about Los Angeles, though, is that everybody is in the entertainment business. You get pulled over by a cop, and he's like, "Miss, I'm going to need a headshot and registration, please." Then you read those Choose Your Own Adventure books. Remember that? It would kind of start off with a mystery, and then you would have 20 different endings to choose from. Remember that? Yeah, I'm currently in the adventure called Meredith Decides to Be a Librarian. It starts off with like, "Congratulations, you've just got your master's degree in library and information sciences. Turn to page 2 to work at the library. Turn to page 4 to work at Applebee's." Okay, so makes sense. I've worked 4 years to get this degree. Of course I want to work at the library. So I'm going to turn to page 2. "There are no library jobs. You're now a waiter at Applebee's." The end. I've had a lot of jobs over the years, it's true. Just trying to do what I love, be a librarian, be a funny librarian. You know, I actually did, one of my coolest jobs. I worked on a cruise ship. Pretty cool. As a waiter, not so cool. But you know, the weirdest part of that is I was actually in charge of the lifeboats. Yeah, listen, I don't think the people spitting in your food and eating your French fries should be in charge of safety, folks. I mean, did we not learn anything from the Titanic? So sad. And I mean, if you remember the film very well, ma'am, it was the musicians that stayed behind, not the wait staff. Okay? "Excuse me, sir, are those the lifeboats to safety?" No, not at all. That's actually that's the snorkeling tour. Everybody thinks working on a cruise ship is like the Love Boat. Yeah, because it was in Hawaii. Yeah. You know who I want to blame? Romance novelists. That's right. It's actually the most popular genre at the library. Yeah. You know, the thing that irritates me is they're so unrealistic, okay? All the stories start with this high-powered career woman, you know, working in the big city and then leaves the job to go live with some hunk in the country and then doesn't get murdered. Who loves Wham? Yeah, oh my gosh, I was such a huge George Michael fan. Oh, and he had those neon shorts on, and he was like, you know, "If you're gonna do it right. Do it with me." And then it just finally clicked. I'm like, oh man, no wonder I'm single. I've been doing it with like straight guys. It's great. Favorite things at the library growing up was story time. God, I love story time so much. But why is it when you're an adult, it's suddenly called book club? Like we're supposed to read to ourselves. Maybe if somebody's reading to me, I would be happy and know it. There was a movie out this past summer. It was called Cowboys vs. Aliens. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, I didn't see it either. But anyhow, I think they should do a movie called Library Patrons versus Actors, because I don't really know who's crazier. Yeah. "I just got out of prison. I just peed myself. I hate you. I'm going to stab you with this pencil." And those are just the actors. Trust me, I've been one. I've been in Los Angeles. Remember this. Oh, it's an election year. Who's ready for the election? Yeah, I don't think they are either. But no, it's crazy. Notice when I'm starting to see all the election footage, I'm starting to think like, God, it was like Obama was, like the inauguration was yesterday. Remember, he was always like, change is upon us. That's all I have left, change. Got a couple dimes, quarters.
It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Another thing that's at the library is exercise videos and stuff. I don't know, I'm not big into exercise without a purpose. I'm really not. I mean, you're never going to see me running, folks, unless somebody's chasing me, holding a knife with blood on it. And even then, I'm like, maybe he's a chef. But anyhow, before I leave you guys tonight, I am going to do some reading because obviously I think it's important to be read to, even though we're not at a library. But I do want to take a moment to say that, I actually started performing comedy 10 years ago this year. But more important than that, I actually got my master's degree 2 years ago. It's great to make people laugh, but I really want to make people think. And I want all of you, if you're not using a library, to please stop in there once in a while because it's pretty cool. And I also, in the 10 years I've been performing comedy, my parents have never seen me live. And in moving back, they're getting a chance to see me for the first time tonight. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for coming. And my brother is here, and my uncle is here. So, I've left LA, and I'm here, and it's such an intimate crowd and everything. But it's a pretty cool moment. Because there's a comedian on the wall right here, Dan Whitney, who's known as Larry the Cable Guy, who I've known a really long time. And he actually gave me a tough love conversation last year, and he's the reason that I probably initially thought about coming back, because he was the first person to say, leave LA and come back here, and if you really want to do comedy. And so I'm actually performing on a stage that he once performed at. This is pretty cool, so I'll look for doing a redneck tour next year. A couple books here. Oh, my favorite, Pippi Longstocking. Oh, of course, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That's a good one. There we go. This is the Choose Your Own Adventure book that I was talking about earlier. Here it is, a mystery with 20 different endings. That's a great way to end it, isn't it? Ooh, your uncle is a bachelor in his early 40s, and by profession is a writer and explorer. Besides that, Uncle Morgan is a wealthy man. A very wealthy man. Wow. I hope by the time we turn to page 4, we find out he's not my uncle. All right. Well, listen, thank you very much for your time. My name is Meredith Myers, and my website is standuplibrarian.com. Thank you so much, guys.